Hello, 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 and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. And please like and comment and share. Okay, so we're going to get into this question that's been popping up on YouTube the last few days. Is Al or Claudia going to sue Fox Soul? Or what's up with potential lawsuits concerning TGIF and Fox Soul? So a somewhat credible source that's close to one of the people in question, Mr. Al Reynolds, has a YouTube page called Girl, Is That Legal? Attny Redwine, she's on the show, on the YouTube show Court of Public Opinion with Al Reynolds. So, if she only has a working relationship with him, that's enough to kind of have some kind of background information. She went on her YouTube show the other day and she discussed, will Al and Claudia sue Fox or Fox Soul? And basically she was saying that there was an investigation while they were on hiatus from the show, and they were investigating a hostile work environment.
Unfortunately, with Fox Soul, the update is that they are no longer doing TGIF. So what it appears that has happened is this. So there were allegations of a hostile work environment. And when you have those hostile work environment allegations, and it is my understanding, I don't have any inside information on this, but my assumption is that Al Reynolds was making the allegations about Claudia and perhaps Attny, but I'm confident that it was Claudia. This is not the first time Claudia Jordan has faced allegations of creating a hostile work environment. Here, though, with Fox Soul, what happens is they did an investigation. And based on the outcome of that investigation, the show was canceled. Now, that happens in one of two ways. Really just one way. When they do the investigation, if that investigation comes back and says, yes, there is a hostile work environment, then the question is, who has created that environment? So if it was Claudia, as an example, then no one can be forced to work with Claudia again. Claudia has to be removed from the show. And based on the facts as we know, my hypothesis would be that it was Claudia.
And if you guys don't know, one of the last episodes of Court of Public Opinion with Al Reynolds, he highlighted or discussed a hostile work environment. Now, I didn't watch it. I don't watch that show that often, but, I kind of got the gist that, it was kind of after all of the hostile conditions that we witnessed live on TGIF. The roast where Attny trashed Al Reynolds and accused him of trying to get TGIF canceled. So was Attny objective on her YouTube show when she discussed this? Not really, but as objective as she could be. She talked about, because maybe her and Al are friends. I don't know how close they are, but as everyone has made their accusations about whose fault is it that TGIF got canceled, I don't hear many people coming to the defense of Attny. I don't hear many people coming to the defense of Claudia, except Carlos King. But Al, had his friend Defund Sean speaking out a lot. And then his co-worker, Attny Redwine, has spoken out as well. And probably legally and professionally, Al doesn't want to say anything. And I think by now, if he really hasn't just flat out said what it was, he doesn't have to. He's dropped some breadcrumbs, and we're all smart enough to connect the dots, especially since Attny and Claudia have come out and said what they said. So Attny didn't say that the investigation proved a hostile work environment. However, the show got canceled. So if there was an investigation, And the show got canceled. I mean, like I said, we can connect the dots and we can draw our own conclusion. She talked about Claudia's history of having a hostile work environment. Some of the things I already knew about. Some of the things I was trying to research and couldn't find anything, but I didn't dig deep enough, I'm sure. But she worked with Jamie Foxx on Foxholes. I think it was a Foxhole Sirius XM show years ago, and her and Jamie, their relationship was messed up. It was damaged after that for whatever reason. Also with Ricky Smiley, recently Michelle Atelian Brown kind of discussed it and went through Twitter and showed some tweets from Ricky Smiley and how he was clearly upset and didn't want his name to even be mentioned or associated with Claudia or Real Housewives of Atlanta when she was on the show, quote unquote, allegedly harassing Portia Williams, Guabadia. Now, mind you, Jamie Foxx and Ricky Smiley have been mentioned on Fox Soul TGIF numerous times by Claudia Jordan. So if these working relationships ended on a sour note, why did Claudia keep bringing them up on the show? Why does she keep bringing up Jamie Foxx and Ricky Smiley on the show? Now, I watch the show every day. I watch TGIF every day. And if you didn't watch, I really, can't go through each time that she brought them up. But if you know, it's a pattern with Claudia. When Jamie Foxx was sick, she did wish him well. I think she said maybe they squashed things and they were okay. I may be making that up, but I know for a fact she doesn't talk to him, enough to know what happened to him, why he was sick, and what his condition was, and what have you. She heard it through someone else, but she was trying to speak about him positively, even though we know that relationship ended on a sour note. And with Ricky Smiley, she mentioned him a lot, and she also made reference and tried to insinuate that Ricky was gay, that Ricky was a homosexual. She did do that on TGIF a couple times. So this is a pattern with her. Their relationship is over, but you continue to bring them up and take shots. So Simone Redwine, the attorney with the YouTube show Girl, Is That Legal? She also stated that Claudia's job with Finesse Mitchell didn't end well, which I'm not sure, and she didn't elaborate on. And then Claudia was also on a radio show with Rudy Rush, and she said there were allegations that didn't end well. So, a lot of this is alleged, but a lot of this I have heard throughout the years and also quite a bit fairly recently. Now, Claudia, has a story or has an excuse as to why Cocktails with Queens ended, which was also on Fox Soul. She said it was due to budget. Now, I watched Cocktails with Queens every day as well. You could clearly tell on a couple occasions that Claudia was trying to entice or try to reel Lisa and Vivica into talking negative or giving the tea on other celebrities, and they really weren't there for it. And it seemed like she crossed the line, and then the next episode, either it was some tension on that episode or there was tension on the next episode, and Claudia kind of backed down a little bit. She kind of slowed her roll a little bit. But I do recall when when Vivica allowed Claudia to get her to insinuate that Nene Leakes was doing some kind of DRUGS. Now, flat out lie. I really believe that was a flat out lie. But why would Vivica even fall for that? Why would she? I mean, did she have an issue with Nene? And so she was like, okay, sure, I won't talk bad about my friends, but I will, go low with Nene. Like, why did she do that? And that was really it was a bad time. I won't get too much into the Claudia Nene thing. I may make a separate video about that because it goes deep and it goes long, and it also has something to do with the work environment at TGIF, and Al's work history with Claudia. I did a video on Al being suspended. I kind of went into it on that. So anyway, what was said in Miss Redwine's live was basically Claudia and Al probably won't sue Fox Soul, Fox Network, Fox Soul, even though they both have a history or are very well aware of how to sue. But they probably won't do it because, they don't want to cancel themselves. She used Nene Leakes as an example from Housewives of Atlanta, because after Nene sued Bravo, she got, blacklisted. She couldn't get a job, and I applaud her for standing up for herself. And a lot of people are coming back years later and saying, okay, she was right, and that people, it was wrong for Bravo to blacklist her. But back then, people like Claudia were blaming Nene's attitude. No, it was because she sued because she felt like she wasn't being treated fairly. Whether she was right or wrong in her opinion or whatever facts she has or had, she didn't feel like she was being treated fairly, and so she sued. There were repercussions for that, but, I still applaud her for doing it. So anyway, Al Reynolds, Claudia Jordan probably won't sue because they don't want their names to be mud. So in one of my next videos, I'm going to talk about who Claudia Jordan might be suing. All right, well, thanks for watching. Again, make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Talk to you later. Bye.